We have an egg! My gosh, it's small, but we have our first egg. Hello everyone and welcome back to Chilli's farm. Yesterday was very exciting because we found our first egg. It was super tiny, but it was the first one nonetheless, and this morning we got a second tiny little egg, and I suspect it actually is from Tiny. Who laid the first egg? Was it you? This is very exciting news because now I feel like we're proper homesteaders. We're collecting eggs from our own chickens that are pasture raised. They're eating grass and grubs. They're getting really good food, which is superb because that means the eggs are really nutritious. Tiny's checking on her little babies. We've added an enclosure on the inside of this electric fence where the chickens are, so now the chicks are exposed to the big chickens, and everybody can see the little chicks now. And hopefully when the little chicks get big enough so that they can't be attacked by crows, we'll let them free in this electric fence, and hopefully by then the chickens and the roosters and the chicks will all be okay with each other and there won't be any attacking. If you have any tips or pointers for introducing new chicks into a flock, comment them down below. I really appreciate it. What's going on? So we butchered the last 5 roosters the other day. I didn't film it because it was a bit chaotic, but we are now left with 2 roosters, Bluey and a rooster that is yet to be named, the Light Sussex rooster. They get along quite well with each other, which is really fantastic. And they have 4 hens to share, which is pretty good. Yeah, there's no fights. They're very civilized with each other. I like both roosters because they're calm with us, but they're also protective of their hens, and any crows or eagles that go past, or even sparrows sometimes, they quickly push their hens into hiding, into shade, somewhere that they're protected, and then they flap their wings and they crow and they're ready to fight for their ladies, which is very impressive in my opinion. We also made a chicken coop, a DIY chicken coop, the last couple of weeks, and it is finished, and now it is on the inside of the electric fence and ready for the chickens to go inside. We still are yet to put wheels on it and probably handles so that we can move it so that it's mobile, because we don't want the poop to be, we don't want to fry the grass, if you know what I mean. Too much nitrogen on the grass is not good, and someone is poking my feet, stop. Yeah, so we don't want too much nitrogen on the grass because it will burn it. So it has to be mobile. Also, because we move the fence on our ½ acre, we move them every 1.5 weeks or so, this electric fence area. So they are rotationally grazed, which is great for parasite control and also health and, you know, just overall well-being. But let me show you the coop. Stop pecking my feet, ladies. So this way, please, ladies. Inside the coop, it is got chicken wire mesh all over so that the poop goes down to the floor and it's easily cleanable. This is some piece of steel that my mum painted. She's painted this, and we have made it so that there's these screws and bolts so you can lift off this roof if you want to do a really deep clean of the coop. So that's easy, but it's great for like rain. It's steady. It's held down really well. And then we've got the back here that lifts up, and we've got the hay bedding here where we've sprinkled a little bit of diatomaceous earth on it so it looks a bit sketchy, but it's hay bedding, and then the chicken wire mesh here. So that's where they can lay their eggs, and it's fully secure, so no rats or snakes or Tassie devils or quolls can get into it, which is very important because we have a lot of that around here. So they're going to just sleep in here and we close the door and then that's it. And then in the morning, we open the door, they come out. If they need to go in and lay their egg, they can. Look at these chickens and the artichokes. Tiny. They love hiding in there. The apples are looking really good. Nice and plump. There's a few that fall on the floor because we have naughty possums. I'm very tired of these possums because they just keep knocking them down and they keep eating them. Quite a lot of them. Oh, there's another one as well. Another apple. I'll give these to the chickens. Here, chick, chick, chick. Some apples. Look, look. Do you want some apples? Uh-huh. And oh my goodness, guys, there is a ton of spaghetti squash. Everywhere you look is spaghetti squash. Everywhere. If you guys have spaghetti squash recipes, let me know. Right now, currently, we have been cutting them in half, scooping out the insides, cooking them in the oven with some mince and mincy fillings. It's very lovely. There's another one. I was thinking of doing a harvest video, but then I'd rather we just harvest them when we need them and keep the rest on the vine, because then I feel like they're gonna last longer that way. This one is ready. Look at that yellow color. Nice. North Georgia candy roaster. Everywhere as well. Hiding in the grass there. And we've got one here. They're big. Like, let me put my hand to it. See? My hand. Bigger than I expected. That one's almost ready. They're meant to go pinkish, but like a pumpkin, you're meant to let the vine go a bit brown. The cucumber plants keep making cucumbers like crazy. Oh man, I need to pick these. Look at that. The abundance in here, whoa. This one. Dude, I haven't been here looking at the cucumbers for 1 or 2 days maybe, that closely. And I need to pick some right now. These ones would be good for pickling, but I don't think we're going to do a pickling batch now, so I'm going to let these ones grow. But this one, definitely pickable. I'm really enjoying how prolific these cucumbers are, and not one sign of disease. No powdery mildew at all. Maybe it's because we've had such a dry summer, or maybe it's because these varieties are really strong to the disease, resistant. Oh, tight. This one's a big one. Now, if you're wondering why I've kept my pathways so wild and full of weeds, well, there is a reason to this madness. I found frogs in these leaves here. They absolutely love to hide in there, and frogs are great for eating slugs. So I think it's because it stays cool and moist in these leaves, in these weeds. So yeah, I'm letting it become a frog sanctuary. Plus, clover is nitrogen fixing. So let it be. Let it be wild. This here is the German pickling cucumber. And oh my goodness, the flavor on this cucumber is insane. It is like a cucumber you've never tasted before. The one that I ate that was fused to this fence here that you saw in one of my previous videos, that was the most delicious cucumber I've ever tasted. So if you want a really delicious heirloom cucumber, I suggest you try growing these German pickling ones. Not only are they good for pickling, but they're just delicious to eat. Ooh, there's a fat one. Oh boy, how did I miss you? You're a whopper. Oh my gosh. Can't miss this one. This fatty. And this one here. It's also a bit strange. Let's just pick it. Dude! Look at these! That's 15 cucumbers. And I literally just picked them a couple of days ago. They're so fast at producing. Oh, this is heavy. This is heavy on my wrist, man. The Lebanese ones, Monchaburpalus, a few in there, and some Australian long whites. Terrific cucumbers. I highly suggest them. Highly. They are fantastic. And I think these Rouge de Marmont tomatoes are getting a tinge yellow. And what do we have here? We have a red tomato. Yes, the first ripe tomato. Let's eat it. Guys, that was one of the most delicious tomatoes I've ever had. My goodness, the flavor on that tomato, spectacular. What variety is this? I have no idea. This was supposed to be in the gold nugget area. I've clearly not planted a gold nugget. This is a red tomato, a red cherry tomato. That is delicious. That is fantastic. Now let's pick a few beans before they go overripe. They're already, this is way past the stage that I usually pick them. I like them around this length. They're nice and tender and not stringy. Or even this length, a bit bigger. That's a good length in my opinion. Oh well, let's pick them anyway. It's windy today. Crazy. Oi, stop it! If you can hear that hen that just went she is jealous of the food that the chicks are eating, which makes me a little nervous that when the chickens are all together, I'm worried if these hens are going to attack the little baby chicks. Really don't want that to happen. I actually have quite a lot of faith in the roosters. They're quite calm. So I think there's going to be no issues with roosters, but with the hens, I'm not so sure. One of the black hens used to always attack Tiny, like on the head. I don't know why. Tiny wouldn't have done anything. She's a very nice girl. But if this hen is too vicious, too violent with the chicks, we will have to butcher her. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. We don't tolerate disrespect. Get no respect, I tell you. I found a cool bug. Can you guys see that metallic blue bug? What is that? That's cool. This trellis is doing very well. This is just these metallic poles, these steel poles. I think they're steel. And there's 3, and then it's just string all across, in through the hole, all across, and then a little bit of crossy stuff, and it works a treat. Don't have to buy any expensive Bunnings trellises. Just get some poles and some string, like $1 string from Spotlight, and you can make this. It's super easy. Nice bowl of beans from just these plants here along this trellis. Pretty good. Well, thank you everyone for watching to the end of this video. I'm going to finish off the video because it looks like it might rain soon. As always, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time on Chilli's Farm. Bye.